Somewhere in the world right now, someone is breaking a law, and they have absolutely no idea. Not a criminal. Not a rebel. Just an ordinary person, living an ordinary life, completely unaware that what they're doing has a legal name. Some laws are so bizarre, so ancient, so shockingly real, they sound completely made up. They've survived revolutions, world wars, and the entire rise of the internet. And somehow, they're still here. These are 5 of the strangest laws that still exist around the world today. 5 countries, 5 laws that were once completely serious, and in the quiet official language of the books, they still are. Number 1. Switzerland. The land of precision watches, perfect chocolate, and a very specific bedtime for your toilet. In some Swiss apartment buildings, flushing the toilet after 10 p.m. is considered noise pollution, and it's actually illegal. So, if nature calls at midnight in Zurich, you have a choice. You can flush, and technically become a lawbreaker. Or you can do what any truly law-abiding Swiss citizen would do. Sit down on the hallway floor, and wait, with great dignity, for 7 o'clock in the morning. Number 2. Japan. A country famous for its discipline, technology, and apparently, its waistline regulations. In 2008, Japan introduced the Metabo Law, requiring companies and local governments to measure the waistlines of citizens between 40 and 74 years old. Those found to exceed the legal waist limit face mandatory diet and counseling, and companies with too many overweight employees are fined. Number 3. Singapore. One of the cleanest, most ordered cities on Earth, a place that has turned civic tidiness into something close to a national art form. It is immaculate in a way that feels intentional, almost philosophical. And it achieved that, in part, by being extremely serious about what it would and would not permit. Including, since 1992, chewing gum. The ban didn't come from nowhere. It came from Singapore's MRT, the high-speed rail system the city was enormously proud of. By the early 90s, discarded gum was being pressed into the rubber door seals of train carriages, jamming the doors, disrupting the entire network. The government's solution was swift and total. They banned chewing gum. All of it, across the entire country. Only therapeutic gum, prescribed by a doctor, is legally allowed. The penalty for violation? Up to 2 years in prison. Number 4. Denmark. Consistently ranked among the happiest countries on Earth. A nation of beautiful design, deep social trust, and a cultural philosophy, hygge, built around warmth, comfort, and the quiet joy of being exactly where you are.
Well, isn't that just
Denmark
perfect?
is, in short, an extraordinarily thoughtful place.
And yet...
And it is also a country where, before you start your car, the law technically requires you to check underneath it for sleeping people. Danish law technically
Okay, they're
requires
still here.
drivers to check underneath their vehicle before
Hello,
starting
yes,
the
I need
engine,
assistance.
specifically for people who might be sleeping under it. This law dates back to a time when it was common for people to shelter beneath parked cars for warmth, and while rarely enforced today, it has never been repealed. Number 5. Canada. A country so professionally, so sincerely, so almost competitively polite that courtesy here isn't a performance, it's simply how things are done. A country of moose and mountains and Tim Hortons and an absolutely staggering quantity of accumulated small change. And a country where the Federal Currency Act has something very specific to say about that small change. Under the Canadian Currency Act, merchants are not legally required to accept payment if it involves too many coins. The world is full of rules that once made perfect sense. Some were repealed when the problems that created them disappeared. Some were updated as the world changed. And some simply stayed, exactly as written, in the original language, quietly waiting for someone to notice them again. These laws are strange, they are funny, and they are every single one of them completely real, right now. Which one surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments, and subscribe, because next week, we go even deeper.